Hey guys, welcome back. I feel like I did a better job yesterday of talking. You might have been able to even tell, like in the beginning of the episode, maybe you could see, like, I remember having this thought, like, I don't know if I could do this week, and this is going to be hard, and I don't know if I should even do it, but by the end of the episode, I think I got on like a roll with a topic, and I felt good about myself, so that was good. I was gonna talk another virus topic. And I'm trying not to talk too much about like the specifics of what we should be doing and everything, because I don't really know, and I just listen to doctors and stuff. Don't listen to me, obviously. Yo, I mean, that was gonna happen. It's gonna hurt the shins. I mean, this isn't very interesting, but it's just like, I thought it was interesting how, or just, I think we can adapt to this because humans adapt to things. That's like our shtick. It's what we do. So, like, if we had to spend the rest of our lives in our houses, we would figure out how to do it. That's kind of a uplifting idea. I mean, people live in Siberia. I was looking at there was like a Reddit post about like how it was negative 50 degrees in Siberia today or something. And people were outside, they were walking around. It's like, that's what we do. If I went to Siberia, obviously I would be like, oh, it's so cold. But if you live there for a while, it's just like, this is how it is. But that's a human thing, which is like, sometimes humans, we can get down on ourselves like, whoa, humans are the only animal that go to war, and we torture each other and stuff. But it's like, but we're also kind of interesting too. We have some good stuff. Like, you try to put a monkey in Siberia and it's not going to last very long. I think I have to go up there. Wait. I could climb it. Ow! Oh. But obviously, I guess I can't climb it. Oops. It's hard. It's hard to adapt. We don't want to do it. That's the interesting, like, paradox, kind of. We're built to adapt, but we don't want to. It's hard for us because I think it probably our brains are like, well, you've lived your whole life up to this point a certain way, so obviously change is bad because you're alive. You've lived 27 years and you've lived this certain way. So any change to that is a risk of dying. And that's the biggest fear of your brain. It's like, you don't want to die. I think that makes sense. How do I open this one? Man, that fall was a big setback. So I guess we'll get through it. I mean, it would be nice. I would definitely prefer it if we could all just work at home for forever. That's not gonna happen. Man, that would be so nice. And now I'm just thinking about, like, I know this is like a cliche thing to say, but like extroverts, God, they're so lucky because they actually like going places. Oh. Drop it. Imagine if you liked going places. I mean, now they have it hard, but it's like, come on. You have it hard for a couple months, and then we have to go back to the old way, which is like your favorite thing, and my struggle for me every day to go to work and talk to people. But I guess it's like, I don't know, I guess it is like half my day is at work and half my day is at home, so it is kind of greedy to be like, I want my whole day to be at home. So maybe extroverts. But obviously, if I could pick, I would want to be an extrovert. Because like I mentioned yesterday, I just want people to like me. And how can people like you if you're not around them? And if you don't like being around them, that's the catch-22. I want everybody to like me, but I don't like being around anybody, so how's that gonna work? Uh-oh. Where am I going? I guess that's it. Do I have another tiny little note? I've been watching Community on Netflix, and I got to season 4, and I keep trying to think, like, what is it about this 4th season that's not good? And I can't ever really come up with the answer. I came up with a couple of things I thought, but it's like, I don't know if it's, what did I say? The first thing that comes to mind, okay, I guess I should give backstory again. There's a TV show called Community. First 3 seasons were created by this guy named Dan Harmon. The 4th season, he was fired. So everybody likes the first 3 seasons. Nobody likes the 4th one. So why is the 4th one bad? I guess one thing I thought of was like, well, Dan understands a little bit more like movies and TV tropes and how to deconstruct them than these new people. That might be part of it. It's kind of weird to talk about this. I don't know. These are just like, I feel like I have to explain a lot of it, especially if you don't know anything about the show. The first season of the show was kind of a normal sitcom about a community college, like a group of people, and like the classes they went to, and they started to do more like deconstructing movie tropes with like homages and stuff. The first one they did was, I think, was like they did this episode about chicken fingers where it was like a Goodfellas thing. And they were running like, everybody wanted the chicken fingers, and the study group controlled the chicken fingers, so they were like a mob operation or something. So they did like a parody of Goodfellas. And I started doing more of that. But the way they do it is... Am I not supposed to be in here? Oh. I guess I haven't thought about it as much as I should. But the way they do it, that chicken finger episode, and the way they do in the 4th season they do, the one I just watched was like Shawshank Redemption. Like they were stuck at a Thanksgiving, and they were like, we gotta do a prison break movie. Uh-oh. And the Goodfellas one is good, and the Prison Break one is bad. But I don't know why. So why am I talking about it? I don't know. I wanted to do a short note today, but... I think part of the problem is in the 4th season they're like doing too many of these homage episodes. It's like every episode is like, oh, this is a haunted house and this is a prison break. But in the first 3 seasons it was only like every 5 episodes they would do one of those. They just needed to, I think that's it. Just like the 4th season, they just needed to take a breath every once in a while and be like, we don't have to just do a normal, let's reset and do like a normal sitcom episode. Just be normal for an episode. Just have them go to class and make jokes, and that's it. You don't have to do a parody every episode. And I think in the 4th season, in the later half, they do actually start doing that. And those are the episodes that people actually like. I have a key, so how do I get up there? I think they wanted to start off the season with like those kind of homage episodes because they wanted people who knew that Dan Harmon left to be like, see, we're still the same show. We can still do these kind of episodes. It's still the same show that you like, and then later we'll get back to being normal. But they should have done it the other way around to like prove that they could be normal first, and then after they've earned that, they can go do the homages again. Because that's how the first 3 seasons worked. Oh, we can just do that. I think that was the thing. Like, they should have just... Before season, they should have just leaned into it. Like, we're just going to kind of reboot. I know people would have been like, oh, we don't like that. We want our old show back. But it's impossible to avoid. Like, it's a new show. Just, like, don't try to pretend it's not a new show. And that's what they did with the 5th season. The first episode of the 5th season is called a Repilot, and they just kind of like reset everything. And that was smart. It's like, because, okay, in the 5th season, Dan Harmon comes back. So there's a lot of drama with this show, but I think he said to do that, right? Okay. And so Dan Harmon does like a smart thing. He's like, everything's different now. Like, we can't forget that the first 4 seasons happened in the way that they happened. So let's just reboot and like calm down. Let's reset up the characters, like remind everybody who these guys are, why they're here, and then we'll go from there. Instead of what they did in the 4th season, which is like the first episode of the 4th season, they do this like weird Hunger Games thing, and they have Abed doing all this like meta TV stuff in his brain, and it's too much. It's just like, this 4th season is going to be weird. Let's just reset and go from there. I think that's why everybody kind of hates it, because it's like, don't try to pretend to be something you're not. Oops, how do I get over there? Okay, I gotta stop there. And I'll figure out where to go. Okay. See you tomorrow. I don't know. There are some people who watch once in a while, and I don't know if I should be like doing something about that, like addressing them and being like, hey, I don't know. Like, how are you feeling today? Comment below. I remember I tried to do that before, like come up with ideas for questions to ask, like based off what I talked about. So like today would be like, do you like Community, and what's your favorite episode or whatever. But I don't know what I'm doing. So you can't get mad at me. That's my defense mechanism. Okay, I don't know. Comment below your favorite TV show, and I will talk about it. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.